What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show. Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on to an SEC battle, 7 p.m. Eastern. Auburn Tigers, 12-13 on the year, 6-10 in conference. At Alabama Crimson Tide, 19-6, 14-2 in conference. Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. See where we stand here. We have Alabama opening up as 10.5-point favorites. It's been a good year for you guys, Max. It's been a good year for you guys. Alabama opening up as 10.5-point favorites. That's moved to 11 at one book. This total opened up at 157.5. That's where it stands, although the leading indicator books have moved it to 157. Auburn snapped their 3-game losing streak with a 77-72 home win over Tennessee. It was their second game without Sharif Cooper, who's been out with an ankle injury. He is listed as questionable to play. Replacing Cooper's 20.2 points, 4.3 boards, 8.1 assists is not an easy task. Alan Flanagan was up to that task. He stepped up. 23.7 boards. All 5 starters scored in double digits, but the Tigers only got 2 points from their bench. On the season, they scored 77.9 points per game. They hit 43.8 from the field, 32.9 from 3, and 70.6 from the foul line. Alabama bounced back from their 81-66 loss to Arkansas by winning at Mississippi State 64-59 on Saturday to win the SEC regular season championship for the first time since 2002. Jaden Shackelford scored 10 of his 15 points in the second half. Herbert Jones grabbed 14 rebounds, helping Alabama to a 45-40 advantage on the glass. Javon Quinterly, 19 points for Alabama. The bench outscored Mississippi State's bench 36-5. But, Max, will Alabama come ready to fight hard with the regular season championship clinched and wrapped up? And that's the big question. Will they still come hard? Will they still fight hard? Max, take it away. Auburn, Alabama.
Jim, let me tell you something about Alabama basketball, coached by Nate Oates, a guy who is very brutally honest, and I get along with people that are like that. I'm not trying to read between the lines. I'm not trying to read your mind. And with Coach Oates, he tells it how it is, even if he shouldn't tell it how it is. So I'll go like this. Definitely it is a look-ahead spot because you've won the SEC championship. You want to stay healthy. You want to freaking get that very high seed that you're expecting, like a 3 or a 4. But you're playing Auburn. You're playing Cowfield University, all right? And listen, Cowfield, I got to give them some credit because this is a team that I figured that was going to be, I'm embarrassed to say this, a 5-13, a 5-15 type conference season, and it's been far from that. I think that with this Auburn team, there has been some impressive growth, but not having Sharif Cooper sometimes is a better thing for the development of this team and program. What we've seen without Sharif Cooper in the last 2 games is a shift where there was an emphasis on Alan Flanagan having the ball in his hand more, really facilitating the offense and deciding whether or not he was going to be looking for his shot first or passing second. Well, in the last game, they shifted Flanagan more over to where he's more comfortable as that scoring guard, a guy who's a receiver of gifts. And Jamal Johnson, the way that he played at the point was fantastic. So they really got something ironed out that is going to benefit this team overall, and I think could benefit them in this game. I think against this Alabama team, it's a very drastic and obvious need and want from this game. Alabama wants to be the best defensive team in the country. They know they can score. They know they can spread you out, and if you give them lanes to drive, they'll either go to the rim or they'll kick it back out to those open threes. And the most efficient shots that you can get in the course of your offense in the half court are those layups, of course, and are those open kick-out threes. Well, Alabama does that actually expert-wise. They do it like an expert. Excuse my miswording there. But Auburn, they really can play that type of style also. They can grind with you, they can run with you. And it really is going to come down to what you're getting in the front court from Auburn. And with Jalen Williams, this is a guy that I wish was wearing an Alabama jersey, because he is scratching the surface of what he can be and what he can do. And throw him with JT Thor and his running ability, throw in his defensive fierceness. This is a tough group for Alabama to beat by double digits, even at home. Situationally, it's not a good spot for them. And with defense first, and that being the main topic and the main message that the players and the coaching staff were trying to get out to the media, it's like, well, are we really expecting 180 points? I line this game at 8.5 for Alabama and 153.5 on the total. I like the under in this game. Call me an idiot all you want. I'm taking the under in this game, and I'm going to have to just freaking bite my pride and take Auburn on the spread at 11, because with Alabama, their three-point defense is going to be front and foremost against Auburn's three-point shooting attack. So if Auburn can hit their 8 threes a game, then that's going to really put a damper on Alabama's ability to freaking widen this margin of victory. I think that with Alabama, we still have to point out that this is a team that's committing 15 turnovers a game on a low end. So those points and those wasted possessions will come back to haunt you on the spread. And it's just hard to tell what you're going to get from Auburn on a game-to-game basis. So you just have to go with the number value. The number says that I take Auburn here. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take the under. So 2.5 points of value or more means I should make the play, and I don't want to leave money on the table like I may be leaving money on the table in another particular under that I'm not tripling up on.
111 left at Circa, and that is yours at minus 110. There's 156.5 at Fox Bet. Oh, Fox Bet's at 157. There's 156.5 at Circa and Bet MGM. But at Bet 365, we have a 157.5. And at FanDuel, we have, pull this up here quickly, at FanDuel, a 157.5 as well. So let's get you that right now. So we're on Auburn plus 11 at minus 110 at Circa. And then we're on the under 157.5 at minus 110 at FanDuel. Very, very interesting breakdown, Max. And I like where you're at in this spot. I may be tailing for sure on the side